Our today's session is there on a term called INCOTERMs. It is one of the critical term, essential term used in supply chain. The meaning of INCOTERM, what are the different components that we are going to see today. International commercial terms. International commercial terms. That is in the short form mentioned as INCOTERMs. Definitions of shipping and trade terms. Shipping and trade terms published by the International Chamber of Commerce (ICC) to ensure clarity and consistency in international trade. Park this definition with you right now. The INCOTERMs are governed by or published by ICC, which is the International Chamber of Commerce, to ensure the clarity and consistency in the global trade, international trade. So the International Chamber of Commerce is the publisher or the driving force or the authority in terms of INCOTERMs, which is nothing but international commercial terms. Okay. This was just to give you an opening point on INCOTERM, but then we'll see now what is the concept behind INCOTERM and how does it grow, why it is required on these concepts, correct? And what are the components? We're going to see that. See, you are the one of you is a buyer and one of you is a seller, okay? And one is in country USA, one other gentleman is in country India. Similarly, one buyer is there in Europe and seller is in Pakistan. One buyer is in Canada, seller is in Nepal. The point here is the buyer and seller, they are from different countries. And how they will fix their terms and conditions? Who will pay packaging? Who will pay insurance? Who will pay custom charges? Who will pay the trades? Who will pay the shipping charges? Who will pay the logistic charges? Who will pay the inland transportation cost? There are different scenarios are there, correct? And this is applicable in buyer's country and the seller's country both. Because in the seller country, he has to pack the material, he has to ship the material. Before shipping, he has to do an inland transport up to nearest port, correct? And from there, shipping will be done. It could be by sea, it could be by air. It could be air cargo or it could be a ship. So, who will pay customs? Who will pay shipping charges? Who will load to the ships? Loading charges. Similarly, unloading charges at the buyer's country. Then custom clearance there. Then port handling charges. Then from there, inland transport. Correct? So, who all will pay all these things? And finally, receiving the goods in the premises of buyers. So, even up to unloading at the buyer's premises, starting from the first loading and the packaging and first loading, and in the buyer's premises, unloading and unpackaging. So this is the whole journey between buyer and seller, which need to be defined crystal clearly in the sales agreement, in the sales contract, in the commercial invoices, who will do what to avoid any future confusion about it. No confusion in payments, no confusion in the cost loadings. So the contracts are very crystal clearly defined in this way. Who will do what? That forms the components of INCOTERMs, international commercial terms. You are seeing right now EXW, FOB, CIF, DDP, X-Works, freight on board. You will see more in the coming slides to come, okay? Applicable INCOTERMs are right now INCOTERM 2020, just with some amendments are there over a period of time. And again, same buyer and seller concept is there. And the buyer and seller, a buyer is in one country, seller is in another country. So there is a buyer and seller concept is there. And you can again see the terms here: DDP, DAP, DPU, CFR, FOB, FAS, FCA, EXW. These are all INCOTERMs. Okay. And what they mean, we'll come to know in the slide, not next slide, the slide after that. But I'm just like what you call it. I'm trying to put an idea in your brain that be familiar with this three-letter words: EXW, FCA, FAS, FOB, CFR, DPU, DAP, DDP. More will come, but get acquainted. They are the components of INCOTERMs. And that need to be clearly defined that buyer seller will work in EXW fashion or they will work in the DDP fashion. Okay, so that which Incoterm they will follow in their contract, in their sales agreement. Do not worry, the slide is slightly bulky, but I need to explain you these points very crystal clear before I go to the Incoterms. So the item number 1, packaging. Okay, you can see I'll go very slow on this. So we are talking of packaging right now. Okay, what is packaging now? The item 1, cost, item 1, packaging. The cost of material and labor, cost of material, that means packaging material, and labor for preparing the goods. You have to pack the goods, right? So this is the goods, so you need to pack it. So for this you need a material, you need a labor. So the cost of material and labor for preparing the goods to withstand rigorous international transit. It will go in sea, it may go by air also. You need a packaging which is seaworthy. Crates, boxes, protective wraps, everything. So that's why there is a packaging cost. Clear? Good. What is next? Next is the loading cost or loading charges. And what are the loading charges? Cost associated with placing the goods onto initial transport vehicle like truck, train at the seller's or shipper's premises. See, now packaging is done. Okay, now the goods have to travel to the port. It could be an airport or it could be a ship, by ship. Okay, so loading charges. So loading into the trucks or the train, so it can reach the port in the seller's country only. Remember this point. So this cost associating this, a loading cost associated with this is called the loading charges. Clear? So packaging done, item 1. Item 2, loading charges done. Loading is nothing but loading into the truck or train so that it can reach to the port. So this is just a loading charges of loading onto the medium of transport, initial transport vehicle. Third point comes delivery to the port. The expense of transporting the goods now. Now you load it, but then the transportation of goods from the seller location to specific departure port, country of origin, from where the product is going to another country. So it's nothing but transportation of goods cost within the seller's country. That means from the seller's premises, okay, you did a loading charges. Then what you do, you need to take it to the port. So that logistic cost before it gets to the port, that logistic cost to reach to the port is called the transportation cost or the expense of transportation of goods. Correct? Export duty and taxes. Government fees levied by the country of origin on the goods levied leaving its border. Export duty, you want to export, correct? No, but we have the cost on that export. So any government fees, any export duty, okay, generally government promotes the export, so they put minimum export duty. Import duties are high, but export duties because your country is getting the direct revenues, so which is adding to the GDP of the country. Okay, so that's why, but still there is a fees. So when you export it, there is a government fees levied by the country, that is called the export fees, which is item number 4. Now, what is the 5th cost? Origin terminal charges. The seller country, suppose we are selling from India, for example. So your port is in Mumbai, Chennai, anywhere in the India. That is the terminal charges. That is first of all original terminal, from where the goods are leaving the country. So original terminal charges, fees charged by the port or airport authority for handling, storing and managing the goods before they are loaded into the main vessel, container handling the documentation. So there are terminal charges. There is an export duty, fine, but at the same time, when it comes to, say for example, Mumbai port. So on the Mumbai port will say, okay, you are coming to me, fine. Oh, you will ship it, that's fine, but you are using my space. Come here because I have to here handle your product. I have to store it also here because suppose your shipment is happening after 3 days. So they are storing, they are managing also, they are handling it. You know that Ship Authority of India, Shipping Corporation of India, all these companies. So they are owning that terminal. So they are charging for handling, storing and managing. Got the point? Good. So this is original terminal charges. So we reach Mumbai port now. From a city in India, say for example Bhopal or any place in there, we reach to the Mumbai port. Now loading charges, item number 6. Loading charges. What is this? The cost specifically for lifting and stowing the cargo onto the main mode of transport, ship or plane at the original port. See, now there are 2 loading charges. First loading charges was in item number 2 when you are loading on your truck or a train. But now item number 6 loading charges, now you are putting on that ship. Correct? So second loading is coming here. So this is called the loading on charges. Loading on charges, not loading charges, loading on charges. Okay, the cost specifically for lifting and storing the cargo onto the main mode of transport, ship or plane, at the origin port. So loading on charges is the charges which are there to load into the ship or aeroplane at the port, origin port. Okay, now coming back to, now next one is item number 7, which is called carrier charges. And what is the carrier charges, by the way? The main freight cost for transporting the goods from the origin port to the destination port. Okay, from the destination port, okay, to the destination port, ocean freight or air freight. This is your carriage charges. Ship will charge something to you. They will ship your goods from India to USA and it will take 30 days by sea, by water means. So that is the freight. It's simply carrier charges, nothing but the freight cost. If it is going from air cargo, it may go in 24 hours. So there will be a cost for that. That is going to call the sea freight. If it is go by sea, it's a sea freight or the ocean freight. Definitely air freight is more because your product reach very early, 1/30th of a time. So that is called the carriage charges. Then the next item is insurance. The premium paid to protect the value of good against loss or damages during transit. In this whole transit, there should be a product should be insured. You are transporting millions of worth goods. So anything can happen anytime. Water could damage, sun could damage, fire could damage, rains could damage, anything can damage. So for that, we do an insurance of product. So that is called the insurance charges during transit. These are insurance charges for transit. Okay, good. Now we come to item number 9, which is what? Destination terminal charges. Fees charged. Now product has reached to the buyer's country. That means the product has reached to USA. So the fees charged by the port or airport authority for handling, storage and managing the goods after they are unloaded at the destination port is destination terminal charges. See, we had the original terminal charges at item number 5. Similarly, now on item number 9, we have the port which is located in USA, and so it is not free. So they will charge that money. So that is called destination terminal charges, item number 9, by the ports terminals available in USA, because that is our buyer's country. Next comes delivery to destination. The expense of transporting the goods from the destination port to the final agreed upon delivery point, that is a buyer's warehouse, is delivery to destination charges. That means from the port in USA, says it has to go to reach some place in USA. So it will be by road, it will be by any means, by train or any rail cargo, or by road. That is also has a cost overhead. So that is called delivery to destination charges. This is buyer's country inland transportation. Okay. Now coming the next, which is called unloading at destination, item number 11. And what is that exactly? Cost for labor and equipment required to remove the goods from the final transport vehicle at the buyer's facilities. Clear? The product has reached to the buyer's premises. So in that buyer's premises, now that product has to be unloaded. For that, what does the cost come? That is called an unloading cost item at the destination. Because buyer need to unload it and save it in his, store it in his warehouse. So this is how the things will happen. There is a cost item for that. One more item is there now, item number 12, which is called import duty and taxes. Government fees levied by country of destination or on goods entering the border, tariff, value-added tax. You import anything, okay? Generally, all the government, they want to discourage the import, because import is always restricting or impacting the in-house production, because it is a substitute to something which you can make but you are not making it. So the government always levy an import duty and taxes on the product. There is an import duty, there is a value-added tax, that if you bring the product at 10 dirham, okay, no problem, you have to pay 10% on it, the import duty. So your product you will be getting your product at 11 dirham, because 10% is the import duty and value-added tax. So these are the very important cost items, that these are the cost items which becomes an essential part of INCOTERM. Who will pay what? Buyer will pay or seller will pay? Buyer will pay or seller will pay? So there is no confusion. There are clear-cut defined terms are there, what we saw in the previous 2 slides. Let me clean up the slide so that when we go to the next slide. Don't worry, you are going to get this presentation, so nothing to worry about it. Do not get worried about the slide. Slide is slightly bulky, but it's very easy, okay, to understand now. Because you know what? The things which you saw, the first list on the previous page, all are here. All are here, okay? Packaging, loading charges, everything is there, okay? Everything is there. So just nothing to worry about it. They are very simple and very straight, okay? So I will just delete this now. Now the things are coming, the terms defined. There is a division. Who will do what? Buyer will do what? Seller will do what? So the first term, first INCOTERM, what we are talking right now is the EXW. This is called X works. X works. And in the X works, now for 2 minutes, for the whole this slide, I am the seller and you all are buyers, okay? I am the seller and you all are the buyers, okay? Now in the X works, what I will do, I will only say I am a seller, okay? I am a seller. I will only do packaging. Rest all you take care. So in our pro forma invoice, in our sales agreement, it will be clearly defined that Nitin is selling 20 tons of XYZ goods to you, and the terms of our agreement, contract agreement, is X works. That means Nitin will do only packaging of that 20 ton XYZ product. Rest all will be taken care by you guys, who are the buyers. So you can see here the responsibility of X works. Only packaging is on the seller. You can see here I am putting a red circle here. And rest all is with the buyer, okay? For time being you take that, this is with buyer. Clear? So this is called X works INCOTERM. X works INCOTERM. One of the most favorable INCOTERM. Because I told you yesterday 1 PL, 2 PL, 3 PL, 4 PL, 5 PL. My job is to produce the good perfectly. I'm not here to arrange everything, okay? So either as a buyer you arrange, third party logistics, fourth party logistics, take the material. My terms are very clear. I do a business on the X works basis. Clear? So this is the X works pattern. Buyer has to take care of everything. As a seller, Nitin will only do a packaging. That's all. Now the next term comes in our INCOTERM. The next term comes FCA, free carrier. This is also mentioned. Okay. In this, Nitin as a seller, what he do? He does packaging. He does loading charges. He do a delivery to the port also, and he pays the export duty and taxes also. So these are the 4 items done by Nitin under the INCOTERM called FCA. Okay. So this is called FCA. Free carrier. And these terms are written directly in the contract agreement, by the way, on which basis the agreements are happening. Now the next come the FAS. Free alongside ship. Only one thing extra added here in this from FCA, that the seller, that Nitin, is taking care of original terminal charges also. Clear? Good. Now we are going to the next term called FOB. FOB is also one of the favorite terms. Let me keep which are highlighted one, which are industry favorite. FOB. Okay, FOB. So in FOB, what happens now? You can see here. Packaging charges, loading charges, okay, see this. Up to loading on charges are freight on board, free on board, okay, free on board. So this is the Nitin's responsibility as a seller. So up to that, I will do my job, okay. After this, the next term which comes is CFR. This is also one of the popular INCOTERM in the industry. Cost and freight. Means what? You can see here. Up to this point. That means CFR. That means even we are, as a Nitin will pay, as a seller, Nitin will pay the carrier charges also. Okay. And there is one phenomena here which I would like to tell now. Insurance component, okay? Insurance component. In all this, from 1 to 5, the insurance is a negotiable instrument between the buyer and seller. Okay, that means EXW, FCA, FAS, FOB, CFR. So in this case, this is a negotiable instrument between buyer and seller. Okay, so up to this is a negotiable. You negotiate and get ready, agree with each other. Now, I'm going to go to another term which is also popular in the industry, that is CIF, cost, insurance and freight. You see here, this is item number 6. Here, insurance is again additional responsibility of the seller, Nitin, and it is fixed here. You can see here. So only for 2 items, CIF and CIP, the insurance will be defined on the seller, that is on the Nitin. Rest all the places, other than item number 6 and 8, rest all the places, negotiable instrument is there. Insurance is a negotiable instrument between the buyers and sellers. Okay. Now, similarly, CPT, carriage paid to. So in this case also, if you'll see here, it is again up to the last point, coming up to what? Destination terminal charges. Up to this point, the seller, as a seller, I am paying. For CIP, carriage, insurance paid to. In this case, again the same thing. CPT and CIP the same. Up to destination terminal charges I will pay, but only difference between 7 and 8 is here insurance is by seller only, that means by Nitin only. That's the only difference we have. Same was there with CFR and CIF also here in item number 5 and 6. Okay, this was firm, seller was firm to pay the insurance charges in CIF. Now we go to DAP, DPU and DDP. Okay, they are also the terms used heavily in the industry. Okay, delivery at place. Up to which point we are going finally? The last destination of seller responsibility is what? Delivery to destination on your doorstep. Okay, what is DPU? DPU is even unloading charges at your place. Correct? And then one called a DDP. This is also a very popular term. In DDP, the import duty is also paid by me as a seller. The only thing which I do not pay is in the whole curriculum that unloading at destination. So I leave unloading at your end, but I pay import duty also. So this is what the total distribution of INCOTERMs are there between buyer and seller. So X works, FOB, CIF, DDP, these are very commonly used terms are there, but it's a global industry who is using this responsibility, sharing this responsibility, and amendment may come time to time. So probably if I am missing some information here, refer to the latest INCOTERM laws. Okay, this was just an overview to guide you that what is an INCOTERM concept in principle, basic idea. But for actual conditions, actual INCOTERMs available today, do refer to all amendments in INCOTERMs. So this was the concept of things. Don't worry, you are going to get this as a reference document for you guys. So it will be quickly available for you always. Okay. Now, this is one of the things what we talked about is about the INCOTERMs. But in this whole global import-export business, what are the documents required actually? Okay. I know who are in the logistic business or who are in the DHL and other businesses, you guys are aware. But the guys who are not from this supply chain business module, for them it is you may find these terms little new, but believe me, they are very simple. Okay, you just need to know the concept of these terms and conditions so that you can exactly understand the concept. There are documents. I will just read them on the screen right now, and then I will go to next 2-3 slides to explain them what they are exactly. Sales agreement, pro forma invoice, export license, insurance certificate, commercial invoice, packaging list, certificate of origin, bill of lading, DOL, certificate of analysis or certificate of inspection, and material delivery to the customer finally. The document flows in the same direction, but let's understand what are those documents exactly. Do not worry, you are going to get this sheet as it is, so no need to note or anything. Just be with me and understand the concept. Pro forma invoice. A pro forma invoice is a preliminary bill of sale sent to buyers in advance of a shipment or delivery of the goods. Custom authorizations require this document to compare with the actual commercial invoice to check if the term of trade such as content, price and quantities are matching. Pro forma invoice, preliminary bill of sale. Okay. send to buyers in advance of a shipment that I'm sending it now. I'm starting the shipping. So that is pro forma invoice. Okay. I'll come back to the pro forma invoice. Just give me 2 minutes so that we can first see the flow, then we can talk the sequence of the events. Next is commercial invoice. It is the official proof of sale. Okay. Commercial invoice. And what is this actually? A commercial invoice includes the complete details of sales transaction between vendor and buyer, seller and buyer, that is me and you, including the shipping terms, INCOTERMs, X-Works, DDP, DPU, okay, that is mentioned. So this is the commercial invoice is the sales transaction between, this is the complete details of sales. While an invoice is a commercial instrument that states the total amount due, the pro forma invoice is a declaration by seller to provide product and services on a specified date and time. Now you understood the point. Between you and me, the commercial invoice will fix up the flows, the money, the terms of our INCOTERMs, okay. And pro forma invoice is a declaration that I'm selling this product to you as a buyer. I'm selling, and as a seller, I'm selling this product to you, and it will provide the high-level details of products and services on which date, what time I'm sending to you, and it's an agreement of date and time to be delivered, which will be presented to the authorities for checking the details. Now the third document is packaging list. I'm sending you 20 tons, but in 20 tons, what is the product? I may have 20 type of product, and in the 20 type, I have another 20 type of product separate. So a packaging list is a shipping document. It's a shipping document, all our shipping document, containing an itemized detailed list of the cargo, including weight, dimension, how much weight it is. Then what is the dimension, physical dimension, size, 1 meter by 1 meter. Safety measures. If there's a chemical, what are the safety measures? We call it MSDS, material safety data sheets. Okay, so there is a data sheet. If there is explosive, so there will be a separate safety measures to be taken for that. And the packaging type, which type of packaging is done on this? Wood packing, paper packing, seaworthy packing, okay, insulation packing. So everything has to be defined clearly in the packaging list. The courier company may use it to create the bill of lading. This will be not may. It is used for bill of lading, and banks may also require it to include a document for payment under a letter of credit. When letter of credit is issued, packaging list is one of the important documents, because ultimately this is a proof what goods are getting transferred from seller to buyer. This will give a complete detailed breakdown of the goods which I am sending to you and which you are buying from me. So packing list is used by freight forwarder in order for shipment to clear customs, and often used to dispute between the shipper and seller. See, it's like clearly I'm giving you a 20-ton product, has no meaning. This statement has no meaning. That 20 ton should have a clear-cut breakup, that it has a 40 items, each is weighing half a ton, okay, or maybe different tons, but clear-cut list, okay. So that's why packaging list is very important. Now it comes to bill of lading. The bill of lading is an official contract between the shipper or owner of the goods and the freight carrier. Guys, it's a very important thing. When I'm giving to a third party who is carrying the goods, so depending on the INCOTERMs, if that shipment, that freight is paid by me as a seller, then I will do a bill of lading, okay. Or if as a buyer you are paying the freight cost, you are going to enter into an agreement with that freight carrier. So the document bill of lading will be there. So the bill of lading is an official contract between the owner of the goods, shipper, and the freight carrier. It is the document used to confirm receipt of goods for shipment and can only be signed by an authorized representative of carrier upon receipt and order for shipment to be released. Freight is given. Now, at both the places, there are authorized representatives. If it is a buyer, it's a buyer representative will be there. If it is a seller representative will be there, who will take over the material on behalf of buyer or seller, depending on INCOTERM, from the freight carriers. A BOL, bill of lading, will include detailed information about shipping destination, the goods included, and how they should be handled. All these things, handled with care, fragile, chemicals, okay, explosives, liquid, okay, hydrocarbon, anything, depending on the nature of the product. A non-negotiable BOL must be signed by parties listed, while a negotiable BOL can be transferred to a specified third party. Non-negotiable BOL and a negotiable BOL. Negotiable BOL has a property that your representative, a third party, can handle on behalf of that. But no, if you want strictly no, we want a non-negotiable BOL, bill of lading. That means the direct representative of buyer and seller will be handling that BOL, bill of lading. Or they will be taking, basically, bill of lading is nothing but giving the possession of the goods or taking possession of the goods. A BOL is the most important shipping document in international shipping and must be included no matter in the form of transportation. It is important to fully understand all the information to be included to assure shipments are legally received. Yes, this is a very critical document because bill of lading will have all the supporting documents. Then only it is a freight forward, it is going to the freight carrier. Certificate of analysis, the next document. Certificate of inspection. Most of the item the buyer wants to assure that purchased goods meet the necessary standard. The seller provides the certificate himself or via an inspection agency to satisfy their customer. See, it's very simple. I'm a buyer. I'm a seller right now and you are a buyer. The goods are produced in my factory in India. In sitting in US, how will you come to know this is right or wrong? So first of all, you will ask me, Nitin, as a seller, provide me an inspection report of all the tests done for your product. Physical test, chemical test, whatever test done on that, tested on that. So all testing reports, all test performed report, visual photographs, everything. Then probably Nitin may cheat you. As simple as that. I can provide you 99% accuracy of the quality. So in that case, what you will say, no, you please provide me a third-party inspection report also. There are independent inspection agencies like Bureau Veritas, Germischer Lloyd. So you provide me a third-party report of that. But buyers are doing one more check now, and it is not today, since long. As a client, I know this, we are doing this. What we do, okay, fine, you do your inspection, Nitin. You bring your third party or you do your in-house, whatever you want to do, fine. But don't worry, my inspection agency is also coming. And then they will give you shipment okay. So what you do, as a buyer, you send your third party inspection agency to me. They inspect the product. So before it gets into the mode of the packaging, they give the go green for the okay for shipment. And then shipment of certificate of analysis are issued. But of course, certificate of inspection is issued by the manufacturer, that means me or my third party. That indicates that I inspected the material myself and I am giving you the right product because it becomes a legally important document. Insurance certificate. An insurance certificate is issued by an insurance company and certifies that exporter has purchased an insurance policy for the shipment of goods. It covers for the liability and in the event of loss of goods shipped. Certain risks are carried by exporters, so having an insurance policy is critical to avoid monetary losses. So insurance certificate, we already talked about it. Certificate of origin, it's very important. And why it is important? Because you want a product from the country of origin only India. Okay, but I may bring the product from some other country and I can just send you and I can just export it from India. No, you said no. The product must be manufactured in India only. So I need a certificate of origin that this product has been manufactured in the respective country and it is issued by the Chamber of Commerce or Consulate. You got the point? Because certificate of origin is very important, that when you are buying a product from India or when you are buying a product from XYZ country, you want to ensure that the product is manufactured there only with that specific manufacturing premise of Nitin, which is already approved by you as a buyer. That Nitin, you will supply. Say Nitin is having 3 factories, one is in India, one is in another country. You said no, we want the product from your Indian factory only. So you provide the product from your Indian manufacturing premises only. So that is called the certificate of origin from Indian factory. And of course the export license. This is an official document issued by government that I'm eligible to export this product. So that is an export license. This is an official document issued by government. This document serves as a license to ship certain items and in certain quantities. Some countries only need this document under specific conditions, while for others it can be requirement. An export license may be required to export certain goods, so it's crucial to verify whether it's required for shipment or not. See, actually what happens, why the export license is important, because you are doing an export, but at the same time, same product may be required in your own country also. So the government says, fine, you export is good, it's generating revenues for the country, but that quantity should be restricted. You cannot export more than 20% of your production because the country is consuming 80%. So suppose if you send more than 20% outside at better prices, you send 40%, there will be an artificial demand will be created within the country. So the prices will go up. So that's why there is always an export license. Okay, and of course, you have not been blacklisted from the international bodies for exporting. That's another issue. But the export license is a must document for exporting. So with this, we conclude our session. Okay, and we are opening the quiz now.